Technology of business in association with Xerox. Ready for real business.
Say hello to the Telenoid R1. This Japanese robot has no artificial intelligence and it definitely can't climb stairs. But what it's meant to do is improve the way we humans communicate.
This is the right way.
Its movements mimic those of an operator speaking into a webcam.
Do you like me?
It transmits their body language in a tactile and three-dimensional way, but it's fair to say the technology is still in its infancy.
And because it moves her head, it feels like a human, but also not really. It's like a baby.
The Telenoid is the invention of Professor Hiroshi Ishiguro, who spent years trying to make robots more lifelike.
We have tested this robot with many people, and I really think they could enjoy the conversation with this robot. Actually, you can feel the operator's presence, especially if you hold that robot.
Ishiguro believes his $3,000 robot can be a tool for business, simply because it allows a person to be in two places at once. Language teachers can visit their students, and interpreters can attend business meetings without ever having to travel. But the Telenoid will face tough competition from an older technology that's starting to come to life in the business world.
What I'd like to do is pass over to my colleagues who are based in Andover, Massachusetts.
Video conferencing has been around since the 80s, but now it's rebranding itself under a new name, telepresence. Providers like Polycom and Cisco say they're seeing a surge in demand for telepresence suites, which have high-definition video and audio, as well as carefully matched lighting and furnishings. James is sitting in another telepresence room about 20 miles away, but because of the way the system is designed, it feels like he's a lot closer. Hi James, how are you?
Good afternoon, Sharif.
Good afternoon. We've become so familiar with telephone conferencing, we're so familiar with email. Why isn't that good enough for business?
The clearest way is the rapport you build up. Because of being able to we're looking pretty much eye-to-eye contact. If someone spoke to your left now or your right now, I would immediately turn to see them, and the whites of my eyes you'll see change direction, and that's incredibly powerful. I've met someone a number of times over telepresence, and then I bumped into them in a trade show a couple of months later, and it's only halfway through that conversation we actually realised that we hadn't ever met.
Telepresence is expensive, with a suite costing a few $100s per hour to rent or a few $100,000 to install. Cisco has launched a cheaper conferencing app for desktop and mobiles to reach a broader market. But it's also sought to prove to businesses that video conferencing actually works. They commissioned scientists at Sussex University in the UK to test video conferencing against non-visual technology like the telephone and instant messaging. Researchers here compared how well people did business using different means of communication. They looked at how long people took to complete a task, how accurately they shared information, and using tools like this, they could also measure subconscious things like attentiveness and stress levels. The results were pretty conclusive. When you can see the person you're talking to, you get less stressed and you pay more attention.
When we're using communication technologies that are not visual, we wander, we look out the window, we check our emails, we doodle on a pad. We're really not giving our full attention to the people that we're communicating with. So the video conferencing did particularly well because it was as close to a face-to-face environment that we could actually get using technology.
None of this sways Professor Ishiguro. He's convinced that remote-controlled androids are the future of communication, though it remains to be seen whether we'll ever be entirely comfortable talking to a robot.
Technology of business in association with Xerox. Ready for real business.